Hello everybody, welcome back to Vic Nails It All. This is a channel where I, who's not a licensed nail tech, just a nail enthusiast, have decided to document my setup and journey with a burgeoning press-on nail business. And one of the things I'm going to be offering on my website is a sizing kit. I believe the best way to size for custom press-on nails is using a sizing kit. Yes, you could use the coin method and you can measure using millimeters and we can hope and pray that everything works right. But I think the best way to get an accurate fit is to use a sizing kit, because in that way you're going to know exactly, you're going to get an example of the tips that I am going to use to create the set that you are going to order from me. And then we both know through trial and error, that the set's going to fit, right? So when you order your Vic Nails It All sizing kit, it's going to come packaged like this. The sizing kit cards, these are my first iterations. They're a little bit different. But essentially they're going to have the same information on the front. It's going to say what length and what shape you selected when you ordered the kit. It's going to give you spaces to write those numbers down. And when you turn it on the back, you're going to have the instructions, and the instructions are going to be a little bit more detailed. But in addition to having these written instructions, this QR code here, the sizing kit demo, is going to take you straight to the music video. What year is it, Victoria? Straight to the video, the demonstration that I'm recording right now. And then this QR code over here is going to link you to a Google form where you're going to be able to send me your sizes. So I know, okay, now that you've ordered this, now that you've sent me your size, I can go ahead and get started. Because the way it's going to work on the website, let's say you already know what set you want to order, but you've never ordered a kit from me. Okay, cool. You can order both of those things at the same time. And when you receive this kit, send me these sizes using this QR code, and then I can begin your set right away. Or if there isn't a set, or you have a custom set that you want me to create, and we've got some ideas and we've been communicating back and forth, you can go ahead and send me the sizing kit. We can just determine what you want for your set, but you can still send me those sizes and I still have that information that can begin as soon as proper. What? As soon as possibly. Words have been kicking my ass these past few days. Well, weeks, if I'm being honest. Anywho, so like I said, the instructions are going to be on the back. They're going to be a bit more detailed, and we're going to go over some things in this video here. So the first things first, you want to make sure your nails are free of any enhancements. There's no nail glue, there's no press-on nails, there's no acrylic set, there's no gel set, there's no polygel, there is no nail polish on your nails. That includes your little size enhancing, nail strengthener, all of that. Get it off the nails. It will not help you in this process at all, right? So that is why my nails look dusty as crusty as they are. My hands are washed and dried thoroughly. There's nothing on my nails. I've been putting them through hell for the past for the past 2 months as I've been setting this business up. Damn, it's almost been 60 days. I'll be a monkey's uncle. But here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to test the nail tips on each finger. The nail tip should fit from sidewall to sidewall. And so for a bit of non-nail tech nail anatomy, this is a sidewall and this is a sidewall. The nail tip should fit between here and here, and also fit at the cuticle edge. And we do not want it going over on the skin here, the skin here, the skin here. Otherwise you're asking for it to pop off and not be durable, right? When you test these tips on your nails, you do not want to do it with a lot of undue force and pressure. I am very, the same amount of force you can use with your index finger on the same hand, that's the amount of force you want to use when you are placing these nail tips on your hands, right? So, and if you're on the cusp or in between sizes, you want to go up a size, because you can always take away. Let's say, for instance, and the sizes go from 00 to 9 in the brand that I'll be using, which is a Prey. Let's say 00, let's start there. That's a little bit weird. Let's say you're in between 3 and 4, right? You want to choose 3 because you can always file it down on the edges, you cannot add any more to 4, right? If you tell me 4 and I make it to 4 and I send you 4 and there's still some, baby, ain't nothing I can do for you, okay? But if I send you 3 and it's a little bit too wide, you can file the thing right on down, fit it directly on your finger, we're good to go, right? And you do want to make sure, notice that there is both left and right. You want to indicate and you want to test the nail tip on both your left hand and your right hand, because while they may be the same, they can also be different. Okay, I know for me personally, because I've been doing my nails for so long, that the nail beds on my right hand are just a bit wider than the nail beds on my left hand. And on certain lengths and shapes, I have to go a full size up on this right hand, excuse me, to get a proper fit, right? That doesn't mean it's going to be that way. They can very much be the exact same, but it's not guaranteed. And that is why you want to test both hands, okay? And so once you have the sizing kit, so again, there are 2 ways you can send me your sizes. You can either enter them into checkout at the checkout if you've ordered the sizing kit before and you know your sizes, and go ahead and enter them in at the checkout, we're good to go. If you do not, again, you're going to hit this QR code right here and you're going to send those things to me on a Google form, and we will demonstrate that later in the video once I uncover my iPad. Okay, so let's get started. Yes. Here's my marker. Here is my cuticle pusher. Now, you do want to make sure that when you do this testing or the sizing, that you do not have an undue amount of cuticle just sitting on your nail plate, because that is going to obstruct the size that you the sizing, right? Because when you get your nails, you're going to put on your custom set, you're going to have to push these cuticles back, because if you put the nail on a cuticle, it's going to come off. Anything that you put on the skin folds, you're asking it to come off. You're asking it to not be durable. You're asking it not to stay. So let's go ahead and get started. I've yapped enough. I mean, and that is something that you will find on this channel eventually. Lord Jesus, what am I doing? There it is. I'm going to yap as well. So I think some things may be ASMR styly, but I'm a yapper. I like to talk. Okay. So I typically start with my thumbs. I typically do both hands at one time. And so that's what I'm going to do here. You do not have to do that. You can do all left. You can do all right. You can start from the pinky and move to the thumb. There is no wrong way to do this in terms of the order in which you try the tips, but there is a wrong way to use the sizing kit. Amen. All right. So typically for sizing, your thumbs are going to be anywhere between 00 and 2. Your middle index and ring fingers are going to be anywhere between 3 and about 5.5. And your pinky is going to be anywhere between 6 and 9. These are rough estimates. Everybody is different. People have wider nail beds. They have longer nail beds, shorter nail beds, thin nail beds, curved nail beds, all that type of thing. Another thing I want to point out before we get started is that the length and shape is incredibly important. Just because you have ordered a stiletto does not mean that the width of the stiletto tip in the medium length and the long length is going to be the same. It would behoove you to choose to purchase a sizing kit for each length and shape that you plan on wearing at any point in time, right? If you want to switch it up, that's fine. Just make sure you get that sizing kit so that nobody gets any, unwanted surprises when receiving their kit in the mail. And I will show you some examples of that later on down the line. Okay, so let's get started. Again, I like to start with my thumb. I pretty much know, again, from doing this for a long time, that I need to start with this longer, narrower tip with a 00 on my right hand. So here's a 00 tip. If these numbers that I've written in Sharpie come off, on the bottom, right there on the inside. All right, so here's my right thumb. I'm going to put this nail right here, okay? You're going to notice, come on, Jesus. You're going to notice that it fits from sidewall to sidewall. It covers all of my nail plate. It fits right in my cuticle groove, and I don't have any of the nail coming off on the sides. This is a perfect fit for my thumb, for my right thumb. So I'm going to go ahead and write down 00, right? Just for shits and gigs, let me try the 0, because I also encourage you to do that. Okay, that's looks like a perfect fit, but maybe there's a perfect fit, you know? Let's put the 0 on there. So what I'm noticing is, one, it doesn't fit as nicely, right? And there's a bit more wiggle room. Again, I'm not smashing it down, because if I smash it down, I can make anything fit, right? There's enough pressure. But if I just sit this on here, there's nail exposed on this side when it's all the way over on this side wall. Come on, Lord. When it's all the way over on this side wall and it covers the nail, there's exposure on this side, and we do not want that. When there's exposure of the natural nail, what you're asking for is throughout your daily activities, water, dirt, grime get trapped in between the artificial nail, the nail glue, and your nail plate. You're asking for bacteria to populate that, and nobody wants that. Okay, you do not want to deal with that. Okay, so like I said, my right hand is just a little bit wider than my left hand. So I'm going to try the 0 on my left thumb, right? And again, not a lot of pressure. Just I'm fitting it on there, putting it down in my cuticle area, looking sidewall to sidewall. And what else I'm noticing is, let me make sure that is the correct sidewall. If I have it in there properly, sidewall to sidewall, it fits. If I scoot it over like this and you don't even notice until I look on this side that I'm on, oh Lord, that I'm on skin, then I would think that this 0 is too small. That's okay. I would use a 00, and if I got it and discovered it was just a smidge too big, file that thing down with a normal emery board, which you'll be receiving in the kit when you order. So I'm going to go ahead and write a 0 here. I pretty much know that my index, middle, and ring fingers are between 3 and 4.5 on both hands. So I'm going to skip 1 and 2 because I know I don't need them. On my left, because I'm already over here. Let's see if this 4 fits. It looks pretty good. Got sidewall coverage. All right. Well, let's see if I try a 3, a size that's too big, right? See how this is not even, it's just going right past my cuticle. It's not fitting in my cuticle. And like I could make it fit, but it's going over on the sides of my skin. It's touching too much skin. And again, asking for problems there. I know my pinkies are going to be 7 or 8. So this is my smaller hand. I'm going to try smaller nail bed hand. Smaller nail bed hand? Come on, girl. Hand with smaller nail beds. I'm going to try the 8. Again, we're fitting sidewall to sidewall. No problem. Let's try an 8 over here. I'm nail. Oh Lord, I've got all this nail exposed on the side on my right hand when I put an 8 over here, even though the 8 worked fine. It's on my left hand. So we're gonna go pick this up and we're gonna try it for a 7. Oh, and the 7's tiny bit big. We're just going to file her. Now I've got all my sizes written down. Hip, hip, hooray. I'm gonna flip this over, right? And one of the ways you can send that QR code, send those sizes to me, is to use this QR code. So I'm gonna open my iPad and go to my camera. If I can find the app, Jesus, who uses your camera on the iPad? Not me. Okay. Girl, what are we? You close the cover. Amen. Okay. So I'm going to use my iPad to open in Chrome. That is my schoolwork. All right. So now what you do, you come to this Vic, that is Bright Lights. Okay. Bright Lights. Vic Nails It All Sizing Kit info. Right? It's going to say provide with your sizes so I can create something beautiful for you. You're going to, if you have a Google account, it's going to tell you what your Google account is. Input your email. We're going to have a nice little graphic. You're going to tell me your name. What length and shape did you order? You're going to be able to choose it from the list. Okay, we've got long stiletto. All right, and then we just got 10 drop down boxes. And all you're going to do is put in those sizes, right? All right, so left thumb, we have a 0. Left index, we have 4. Left middle, 4. Ring, 4.5. Pinky, we have, I'm going to hit submit. Thank you so much for submitting your sizes. Now I've got all I need to create your set. This light is crazy. Keep an eye on your inbox for shipping updates, right? And it's that simple. And then I will have all of the information that I need to go ahead and start producing that beautiful set for you. So thank you so much for watching this short video about how to use your Big Nails With All sizing kit. I hope that you continue to watch me as I grow this business. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all those beautiful YouTube things. Share this video, tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your boyfriend, tell whomever, you know what I'm saying, that you want to get a set. Have a great day.